What's up, Kick of the Dot? The Saurus here, doing my prediction blog for the Blackout 3 event, for what's going to happen next weekend at the event. I'll start with the title match. We're looking at Disaster versus Arcane, who of course won the Grand Prix, got himself another title shot. Interesting battle. I clearly beat Disaster and I lost to Arcane, so Arcane's gonna do really well. Of course, people are gonna want him to win naturally, especially because of the momentum that he's riding up there, and he's been improving like every step of the Grand Prix, no question, and he won it. So yeah, he gets his title match, but this fool Disaster is just like a lightweight maniac, and the way that he prepares for shit and the way that he feels about not losing anything is like, I don't know. I think he has like a bigger desire to never lose than Arcane does, basically. So yeah, Diz is gonna win and retain the title. Pat Stay versus Matt Hoffa. Gonna be an incredible battle, no question. Pretty interesting, seeing how I basically like obliterated Pat when we battled. And then Math said boo during a line in my Cortez battle that I lost, but at the same time, like, Math is terrible. So I think it's gonna be a situation where Pat's probably gonna win. I don't think Pat wants to lose. It's definitely gonna be a grown-ass man battle for sure. These fools are gonna be getting in each other's faces. No one's gonna want to get punked, of course, because they're both like 6'7", 288. You know what I'm saying? I think Pat's probably gonna edge the battle, but it'll obviously depend on who you ask. Math has been killing shit lately. I can't like lie about that. He's not as terrible as he was. Shotty Hora versus Nestle. This is the toughest battle to call of the card, in my opinion. You got Ness, who is a good homie of mine, who I clearly bodied. Shotty Hora, who is like my fam, you know what I'm saying? That's like my biological son, essentially. Really could go either way. It's so hard to go against Ness just because of how good he was against me. But fuck, Shotty like is so well received by the Canadian crowd that he might have that like advantage. It's like the perfect matchup. I'm gonna go with like a. Man, this is so racist. I'm gonna go with Ness, man. HFK versus Sharon. I think Sharon's gonna win. I think HFK is gonna be funnier, clearly, because I think he is clearly funnier. But I think Sharon's just gonna have like more hard-hitting lines and shit, and that's gonna be like the blame game battle of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like we were teammates and this and that. Who can blame who for what happened, you know, and who can do it the best. And I think Sharon's gonna do it the best. It's been a long time since he's battled too, so I kind of think maybe he wants to make a statement. And I know a lot of people like, you know, give the kid some hate, but whatever, he's gonna win. Madness versus Uno Lavos. All right, now this isn't even gonna be a close battle. I said this isn't even gonna be the over-under on Uno Lavos saying I said is set at 88.5. Let me know which side of that you want to book. I'll be taking action. Tony's gonna win 3-0. Maybe 4-0, depending on if Uno gets through all three of his rounds. J Pro versus Sun Tzu. This is gonna be really fucking tight. Both of these dudes are really dope. Kind of up and comers. Sun Tzu's been on the bad side of some judgments for like his last 4 battles or something like that, which is brutal. Because I thought he like rightfully won. It's at least his last 3. I want to say it's 4 battles that he's had in King of the Dot though that he's gotten jerked on. That said though, this I think J Pro is gonna win, and it probably won't be a jerking. Reason being, J Pro is literally line after line of hard hitting lines. But even his setups are good. Like he kind of reminds me of like, just pen game wise, it reminds me of Real Deal a little bit. The dude's setups are fucking so strong you have to react to them before you can react to the punch. And I think he does enough of that to where he beats Sun Tzu. 100 Bullets versus Poe Rich. 100 Bullets will probably win that. It depends on which Poor Rich we get. Like, are we gonna get like the drunk, like really good rich, or are we gonna get the drunk, really terrible rich? You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, lesser of two evils. I'm gonna go with 100 Bullets, solely based on Rich's last battle, because he really didn't give it 100% against Sonny, and he did do really good against Diz. I don't understand why he hasn't like brought that same shit to the table since then. Tycoon Tax versus Caliente. Wow, Caliente hasn't battled in hella long. I heard he was on like that MTV show Made, or so he was like a maid coach or some shit. Shout out Quest McCody. I'm gonna go with Tycoon Tax on this one. While Tax might be the most terrible hype man that anyone's ever seen in a Luciano crack battle, line for line, I think he'll probably win this. And the last battle on the card is Wise Guy, the Canadian version of Wise Guy, not to be confused with the dude from the States who spells Wise with an S as opposed to a Z, and Soul from the UK. I think Soul's gonna win. Soul's a really fucking technical writer, and I think that'll be received by the Toronto crowd. Wise Guy has some good lines, and he's funny, and he's like entertaining to watch, but like, I don't know. I just think, I think Soul's really gonna bring his shit. This is kind of like a big step for Soul, you know what I'm saying? He gets to come over to Toronto and showcase the King of the Dot. That's a good look for him. I don't think he's gonna fucking squander it by any means. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Like 11 people on this card lost to me. That's crazy. Shout out to all of those guys.